Jay Cutler versus Markus Ruhl. What an interesting prospect this is. Now, in my opinion, this is worth much more than just a comparison between these two greats. So sit back, relax, and as long as you're not on a strict diet, go ahead, have a little packet of crisps or maybe a pack of popcorn. But anyway, without further ado, guys, let us dig into this one. Now, Markus Ruhl, Jay Cutler, we're going to go through their entire competitive history when they competed together, at least when they were factors with each other. Obviously, as they went later on into their careers, Jay Cutler skyrocketed, but earlier on, they were a thorn in each other's sides, as we will see. 1998 is, in my estimation, the first time that they, well, could have been when they met. Probably not, though. It's when they first competed in the IFBB. And as you can see from the score sheet, good old Markus Ruhl, he beat Jay Cutler. So they began their career with, Jay losing to Markus. And you can see why. Markus was a great big granite-type beast. Granitese, as Louis Marco says. So I don't think that there was ever... I just can't get over this, guys. Look at those balloon things. Somebody's bright idea. And you could imagine the boardroom or wherever they were deciding on this. Oh, no, it'll be great. It'll look like balloons flying through the air. Some skeptics, I'm sure. Won't it look stupid? Just cloth balloons. Oh no, we're going to use a polyester. It's going to look great. Wow. Terrible idea. But anyway, Markus Ruhl defeats Jay Cutler at the 1998 Night of Champions. There is no disputing that at all. And then it was time. They made their Olympia debuts together. Ah, isn't that sweet? I'm just joking. Jay Cutler, he looked good. He actually looked fantastic. And he did not place that. He placed 15th. Was second to last, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Markus Ruhl, he took 12th, which was not that good, but he got a lot of attention. Flex Wheeler was looking at him up on stage, thinking, wow, he's huge, things of that nature. And it was a stacked lineup, the 99 Olympia. So none of these guys had a chance to even cracking into that top situation. But looking at the few pictures that there is, because I've been given this request time and time. I've been given a lot of requests for the 99 Jay Cutler. But those three pictures that I shown, those two other ones and this one here, that's about it. That's about it. So you can't really make a fair comparison. But one thing that we can tell for sure, Markus Ruhl was wiping the floor with Jay Cutler. Or mopping. Whatever works for you. When did they compete together next? This is exciting. Isn't this fun? Apparently they both competed at the 2000 English Grand Prix, where Jay Cutler, he did defeat him. You can see there was a little bit of margin there. There was no pictures, actually. They also competed at the World Pro Championships, where Markus Ruhl once again lost to Jay Cutler, and he was 5th, and Jay was way up there in 2nd. But they did, however, meet up at the 2000 Night of Champions, where they were 1st and 2nd. Markus Ruhl, he looked pretty good here, and sure, there are a lot of pictures where Markus is just eating Jay up, guys. He's bigger, he's taller. Is he stepping the line? Probably. I don't think he's 7'4", the last I checked, anyway. But he is holding his far leg straight, and Jay Cutler is bending at the knees, but I don't think it causes that much. Look at the size difference. But the substance is what we are looking at. Look at the condition of Markus Ruhl. Wow. And I'll admit, this picture of Jay Cutler is not fair to use. He's not even snapping the pose. Markus Ruhl, he's as big as a house. There is a thin skin, things of that nature of Jay. It does look good. And from the back, Jay was pretty shredded here. What's with the drum set? What's with that? Did they have a a band come out? They should have had Mike Menzer come out and harass the band during the song. That would have been funny. No? Anybody get that little tidbit? Yeah, maybe not. Either way, at the end of that event, Jay Cutler was the winner. He did win. So he won because he was in better condition from behind, because I'm here to tell you, there was a lot of these front shots that Markus Ruhl, he should have beat Jay Cutler. I'll be honest with you. But I wasn't there, of course. And yeah, you could tell from the back shots, Jay a little bit more shredded. So if you're keeping score, Markus Ruhl still ahead 2-1 to Jay Cutler. And then they met again at the 2000 Mr. Olympia event. And there was a lot of factors into this event. I mean, it was a kind of a bad time. You had Nasser Al-Sonbody still hanging around. Lee Priest, he was really coming into his own as well. So all of those guys kind of had to deal with each other. But of course, for this video, we're focused more on Jay Cutler and Markus Ruhl. And I don't know. Jay Cutler seemed a little off to me. Markus Ruhl, he might have looked better in 99. But he still looked pretty darn good. His waistline was in. Wheels were huge. Unfortunately, we don't have any back shots. But if you ask me, I think Markus Ruhl should have defeated Jay Cutler at the 2000 Mr. Olympia. And he did. See, that was a little bit of a teaser. I didn't trick you or anything, but I'm sure those who knew, they knew anyway. Markus Ruhl should have beat Jay Cutler at the 2000 Mr. Olympia event because he did, or he did because he should have. Look at the size of his chest, his far pec. That's the biggest far pec that I've ever seen in my life. Now, Lee Priest, he was pretty premium stuff there at the 2000 Olympia, so he defeated both of them. Nasser Al-Sonbody, in my firm opinion, should have probably lost even Jay. But yes, Markus Ruhl, that was his final victory over Jay Cutler, because as we know, 2001, Jay Cutler came into his own. I mean, that's the understatement of the year, the understatement of the decade. He was awesome, and for some reason, Markus Ruhl, he was way off at the 2000 Mr. Olympia event. He placed 14th, something of that nature. Anyway, I don't want to diss my man Markus. He was still a beast of a man, for sure. They didn't meet in 2002 for some strange reason. In 2003 they did, though, at the Arnold Classic. Come on, Billy. And they actually were pretty close. Well, Jay's pretty peeled here, though. I don't know. Oh, well, maybe if you put it that way. We'll have a closer look at these two dudes. Well, you can see there is a little bit of stomach distension here for Markus Ruhl. So 2003, it started to take effect. I think 2002 might have been his second prime, maybe his prime. 99, he looked great, but they didn't meet in 2002. And at the end of the day, it was still the same old story. I don't think he was shredded enough from behind. His back didn't really match his front. And Jay, he was coming into his own. Like I said, his back development was shaping up just fine. And truth be known, Markus Ruhl, he didn't even get second in this event. He got third, which was respectable. But Chris Cormier, he was looking pretty good too. And honestly, that was really the last time they were compared at the 2004 Olympia. But I mean, Jay placed second, Markus placed fifth. It was kind of a Jay Cutler versus Ronnie Coleman situation. So he's kind of off on the sideline, just waiting to get his Olympia. And Markus Ruhl, he was losing places. You had guys like Dexter the Blade Jackson there, ready to swoop down. So that was really the last time they met. Obviously, they did compete at several other Olympias together. 2006, 7, and not 8, but 2009. And that was actually the last time that these two guys ever competed together. And considering Jay won the event, and Markus Ruhl placed, 15th? He's not doing too bad for himself. not a bad way to finish off his career. He did compete one more time after this, but this was his second to last event, and like I said, the last time that these guys ever competed against each other. Look at the size of Markus's biceps, even in his last day. But Jay's, they were big too. They were big too. And as far as the back developments are concerned, the both of them have seen better days in terms of the lats, how far they reach down. Jay, of course, came in shredded to the diced. Have you ever seen Jay Cutler so peeled? I haven't. Well, 2010, he was pretty shredded too, but anyway, Jay Cutler versus Markus Ruhl. And I know, it seems like I did this video backwards, I guess. We're beginning with the comparison, the front relaxed position. Markus Ruhl, all veiny and such. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Little bit better than a comparison, I figure. You know, Jay Cutler, he's pretty hard to defeat when he's in his prime. And Markus Ruhl, he was good, aside from a couple of things. Kept him from winning probably the Olympia. Seemed like they were holding off, gearing down a little bit after that Night of Champions. That loss, I think that was where it marked a line in the sand where they said, we're putting Jay ahead. We want him to defeat Ronnie Coleman someday. Have a great one, guys. Subscribe to the channel.